Hello everyone, this is Debbie from Ink and Page, and I am here today with a video for our Ink and Shadow Summerween Event, and I thought we could work on a couple of pages in our Inkbound journal. What my plan is for this is to try to do a few shorter videos throughout the week, not like some huge long things, so that it's not like a huge bunch of time for you to invest during the week. So with that said, if you would like to join in on this project, please just head on down to the description and you can sign up down there. There'll be like a sign up here, a little note, and you can sign up at that link and you can get all these printables sent to you for this event. So there's a like bonus printables pack that I will be sending out this morning, which is Wednesday. So that will be in your email. I'm going to go through the pack in this video, so this video might be like 5 minutes longer than, you know, the rest of them. So anyway, so I'm going to put my journal aside here and we're going to quickly go through the papers, because the first pack was just basically pages for your journal. I did a bunch of extra stuff for this week so that we would have things to decorate our journal with in during these, like, you know, little bonus videos for this week. So I did some large layers for the pages, and I'll show you. The first thing I'm going to do is make a page with one of these. So I'll show you how these work. And there's some library ones. There's like a far away and a close-up. There's this floral one. So this is like a large fussy cut floral. And then this one's like a tapestry. Okay, whoops. Oh, and I printed everything on 32-pound paper, and it feels great. I have to say, I was worried it might be too light, but it's just fine. And then I have like some library books and some ink. And then I have these books here. And this is actually, I think I'm going to use this one. I'm on the fence between these two. I'm going to use one of these two images today. Okay, and then there's some smaller, like ATC sized ones with books, and these are kind of just texture accents. There's a tapestry, there's a bookshelf, a book cover, a little kind of stitched leather frame here, and then there's some bigger texture ones as well, and there's also some image. These are the like journal size cards for you could journal in the back of. You could, you know, cut them out and adhere them to the page. We'll probably be using a couple of these too. Okay, so in addition, I wanted to mention that I printed everything in this for today. I double-sided just about everything except for the big, oops, I put them over here already. I did not double-side these. I double-sided everything else. It is not necessary, but people always ask what I did. So this is what I did. It is not necessary, so you don't feel like you have to do it. What I used to double-side, though, because this is another question I usually get, and I'm actually organized today. So I used these two papers from the kit that was released on Monday. Okay, so it's this kind of like crinkled paper one, and then this kind of like, it's kind of like a really smooth, like faded background with just some darkness around the edges. So I put this on the back of all of mine, so that there will be something back there in case I wanted to journal on it or something like that. I'll show you. I'll have mine already cut and inked and everything, so I'll show those to you in a second. Okay, so in addition, there are fussy cuts, there's some textile elements, a nice big one in case you wanted to use that for like a flap on a page, some florals, smaller textiles, some vintage ephemera, and then I did a page of neutrals. So this is kinder to your printer. Don't feel like you have to print all these out either. Just print what you want to use. Don't print everything out, because there's, you know, I like to leave a lot of options in my kits. So, all right, so I have a couple of quotes here, and then I just have some vintage ephemera here, some tiny letters and stuff. So those will be fun to use. And then I have some bigger text elements as well. Oops. And then I also made a couple collage style papers. Now this one's basically a cut apart, so you can cut apart on the lines to get these pieces of layering ephemera. And this one is more of a collage style background, so you're going to get more of a mix. It's going to be hard, you know, this isn't designed to be cut apart like this one is, but this is good for backgrounds, for cut, you know, if you want to cut bits and pieces of this out to layer with, stuff like that. So I'm going to use these today too, and like what I did was I just cut them out as whole pieces, so you'll see that in a second. Okay, so let's put these guys aside and make something. So I decided I'm going to use this guy, and I picked a page in my journal. This is at the very beginning of mine. I just felt like, this just felt like the page. I don't know. That's how I do it. I do it by feel. Like, I just flip around until I feel the page. So I want to put this on here, but I want to add some, like, elements to it to make it obviously a little bit more interesting. So I did cut this out from the cut apart page, and I think I'm going to use this one as a flap. So what I'm going to do is fold this over like this. I hope I can, I don't want to be down there too low, but I'm going to fold that over like a flap, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere it to this before I glue this down on the page. And then I also had stamped this quote. This is from a Tim Holtz stamp set. It's called Going Somewhere, and I think it's CMS 90, which I can't believe I remember that, but I do. It's this one here. That's where I got this quote from. He's got some really good quotes on his. I also have quotes on this page as well, but I don't know why this struck me when I read it, so I'm going to use that too and collage that onto here as well. And then, so basically what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and work on this, and then we're going to put the whole thing onto this page here. So I have a couple of other things that I picked out to go with this. I wanted to kind of make myself like a little cluster to go on top of this as well. And I was thinking about maybe like a pocket or a belly band with this. I'm not sure yet. I kind of want to, I guess I just have to kind of mess around here a little bit with these pieces. I thought, I'm really into this little letter for some reason. So I thought that might be a good part of this, but I don't want to cover up the quote though. Oh, and there's also, I have the fussy cuts here as well. Those are the big ones. I also am toying with this one to put over there, but I don't know. So I might just clip that in there and then save it for another day, just to see what I'm going to do. Because, okay, so I think I am... Okay, what did I do? Okay, so I think I'm pretty sure on what I want to do here with this. I'm not sure if I want to add in anything under that, because I think what I could do is put this here like this and then just glue it and make this be a tuck spot, which I think would be pretty cute. Okay, I somehow managed to misplace my mummy cloth, so I have this little piece of lace, so I think I might try to use this as part of my situation here, because the other thing about this is that this is kind of like a it's kind of like a little bit of a softer kit, you know, it's not like super grungy or anything like that. So this might, you know, work out actually pretty well in here for me. So if I put this and layer this on top of that, oh, here's my glue. So I'm going to glue that down real quick right here on top of this book page. Okay, a word to the wise here. If you have this glue press, it sometimes will form like a little tiny glue plug on there that looks kind of like the, you know, when you get a new pen or something and you have to pull that little wax thing off the end of it, it looks like that. So it's just, you just have to pull that off before you you start gluing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put my lace down on top of that. I think this should just about fit okay. And then I'm going to glue my quote here. And this is just stamped onto a piece of the same Amazon packaging that I used in the journal. These are actually the offcuts. I just had them in my scrap drawer. So I figured I might as well use them. We got that. And then I'm just gonna turn this into a little tuck spot right here. And then we can tuck something inside of it. And like we're already like pretty much on our way here with our page. I just wanted to do like a couple of these quick videos so that, you know, it's not like a monumental task to get a journal done, right? We're just going to do it piece by piece, day by day, and get the whole thing finished. And we should have a beautiful journal by the end of the month, and it will be in the sort of mysterious, spooky vibe of Halloween, so you could always use this as your journal in October. Okay, so we do have, I have this postcard, which I think is going to fit perfectly in here. What else should I put with it? Because it's kind of like, what complements this? I think this is going to be a little bit too big. It's a little bit too big for that little spot there. But I'm sure I can find another little guy to go in there with him. But if not, we can definitely... Oh, I definitely wanted to have this. I wonder if I should make a separate cluster for that one. Oh, I have this map too. Okay, way too big for that one. I think I was on the mark here with that on there. This is my cut apart page. This is all that's left of it. I cut a bunch of pieces off of it already. I'm just going to grab these. We're going to take this guy right here. And I think I'm going to go pretty narrow with this one. And I'm going to grab my scissors and do a little roughing up here on the sides. Okay, there's that. I'm going to add a little ink to this guy. Highlight my little rip there. I don't want him to go in that way, or he could go in that way. Okay, I'm gonna glue this flap onto here because I want to kind of get a gauge for how that feels on there. And if it's gonna, I don't want to make it like too heavy or too wonky on here. You just have to kind of try it out until you like what you see, you know. Actually, you know what? We might leave the row that there. These two guys here. And use like, I'll either use like a staple. I do have this little clippy here. It's funny, what gets in your journal is what's on your desk, right? That's a little bit bright for my taste, but let me see if I have, if I have my mini paper clips here or not. Oop, I totally do. Okay. Let's go ahead and use one of the minis. Sometimes the big ones are just a little bit much. Okay, so now we have that, opens like that, but now we have the back of this that we need to actually deal with, which could be, that could be a solution for that. I also have this here, which we could cut if we wanted to. You know what, let's go ahead and use this one. And let's just rip it so we have like an angled pocket. So it's not like, it doesn't look so, yeah, there we go. All right, and then I'm just gonna rip off a little bit off the end here. And then we'll ink that guy. And we'll be in business. Okay, so now I just need a little bit of glue on here. Just on the edge here. And we'll put this down like that. Just not too close to the fold because you don't want to impede your folding mechanism, you know. I think this would look better if it was on the outside of the pocket versus the inside. And now we have like our little secret hidden pocket back here. I could put some of my textiles in here. It fits pretty much perfectly. Let me see if my map fits in my pocket. Might stick out a little. I don't think I put glue right there. Okay, there we go. It's crazy how, like, I always think I make a lot of ephemera, but then I'm like, oh, what if I had a little bit more? Okay, let's see here. I think I'm gonna have this one go in here. And then I have like a whole thing of this lace. I have zero idea where it came from, but it just showed up here. So it needs to be used, clearly. I use my paper clip to hold my lace on there. How about that? Let's see if I can make that. Could maybe make it stick up a little bit. So I trim there. So what should I do to the actual book page? I have my envelope. I have this left. I think I might, yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to add that on here as well. I'm just going to rough the corner up a little so it, because I did rough the corners up of those pages already. So I'm just going to rough this up to kind of match it. I like taking like things that I've ripped in half and using the two halves in like different places. So and we'll ink this as well. Let's close this so we can see how we're looking here, or if I should go like that. I guess I should go like that, even though I like the vertical look, but I think that this page looks better with it going the horizontal way. Oh wait, I don't have to make this a pocket, so I can just go to town on the glue. There we go. I just want to make sure I'm putting that up high enough. Okay, let me think about what I want to use next, or in addition to this, or if I need to use anything else. I want to put this on here with something underneath it, I think. So it's like a little bit layered. I may have to use my background paper for that though, because this is so big. Or we could... Let's put a pocket on this corner here. I'm just gonna, oh, actually, let me rip this in half, and then I'm gonna rip it down. And this was on the page with the, this one here. It was like the two big pieces of paper. Okay, I'm gonna ink this. And then put the corner on there. Okay, so let's add some glue to this. Okay, so that it's hidden, but when we flip it like this, that can go in there. And I was thinking, one of my flowers here. If I can get it to go in there. The stem wants to curl up a little. There we go. That would be in there. And then I think I have this washi tape too. So I think what I'm gonna do is take this. Let me rip this. I don't want to cover that up actually. I like the, so this will go here instead. And let's see. I think I would like to put some up here in this corner as well, because it'll help to hold that down right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right over the top edge of the page. And then I think what we can do is, I think I'm gonna grab washi tape actually for this job. And I'm gonna put this down on the page so that this is from the washi tape, It's from the washi tape shop, this particular washi tape. It's the greatest washi tape known to mankind, because it is like such a great color, and it has words on it, and it has flowers on it. It's part of like a bundle. I wish they would sell it to me by the case, because like I would use this like every day probably. Let me see if I can get the backing off of it. And then I'm gonna put this down on top of it. Alright, let me get, I'm gonna use some double-sided tape to help me out on this one so that I don't have to get this too wet while I'm making the video. And I'm just gonna put some glue here in the middle. Okay. This guy over. I'm just gonna plop him right in the middle here. Oops. I have a little forgiveness there. And we got that on there now as well. Okay, there we go. So it's looking pretty decent here. I'll put that under there. I could probably use a paper clip, huh? I'm gonna see about maybe putting it over here. There we go. Now, do you think, I guess I need a poll from the comment section on whether or not I need to put something over here. So, you guys let me know. And if I do, I will put it in there in the next video. Oops, I got ink on that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and clip this to this page here to remind me that I'm thinking about putting this one here. Because I'm trying to stick to my one-page rule for each video. So I don't like make these videos last like 45 minutes to an hour each. So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you worked along with me and that you enjoyed making something out of these printables. If you could, I would very much appreciate it if you would like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you very shortly in another video. Thanks for joining me.